Imagine a face, a man with a long scar on his cheek, or a girl with hauntingly beautiful ash-gray eyes you just met in your dream last night. You remember every wrinkle, every strand of hair, even their breath. You wake up and tell yourself, "Wow, my imagination is extraordinary. I've created a completely new person." But did you really create them? Or are you just repeating a sweet lie that your brain spun for itself? Stop for a moment, take a deep breath, and ask yourself this. Why? Why do you believe you have the ability to paint a non-existent identity out of thin air? Why do you assume dreams are a land of infinite creativity where all logical rules are erased? Have you ever suspected that those faces aren't strange at all? That in reality, you've never created anything new in your dreams? The truth is, you aren't as brilliant or artistic as you think. Your brain, in the darkness of your skull, is actually a lazy and extremely pragmatic recycler. It doesn't paint pictures. It's just scavenging through the trash of your memories to find the fragments you accidentally discarded. Those strangers' faces are actually people you've passed on the street. A stranger waiting at a red light when you were 10. Or even a faint image in an old newspaper you paid no attention to. When you start peeling back the shell of this creativity, you'll touch a mechanism far more terrifying and sophisticated. A hardware system silently recording everything, just waiting for you to close your eyes and begin the performance. Let me show you where the truth lies. We'll start with the hippocampus, a tiny part buried deep within your temporal lobe, yet holding the power of a divine archiver. You step onto a bus, a stranger's gaze flickers past. You walk down the street. An old advertising sign with faded colors catches your eye. You think you've forgotten them instantly? No, absolutely not. Your brain has silently photographed it all. Every face, every street corner, every tiniest sound has been tagged and filed away into the dusty drawers of long-term memory. Do you see the wonder here? It is exactly like how Newton saw the invisible thread connecting a falling apple to the moon's orbit. Every mundane detail of your waking life is the raw material for the blockbuster movies that play at night. Think of your brain as a poor but incredibly cunning film director. He doesn't have the budget to hire new actors, so he drags in every extra you've ever encountered in your life, people whose names you don't even remember, and forces them into strange costumes to perform in your dreams. A stranger waiting at a red light when you were 10 could suddenly become a key character in tonight's nightmare. Everything has a root. Everything is connected by a logical system so rigid it's haunting. It is a perfect operation, a data copying machine that never rests. But remember, no system is absolute. Just as you begin to trust in the precision of this director, cracks start to appear. The tiny discrepancies, the moments where the logic of the dream begins to crumble, are the keys to understanding the true mystery of the mind. But be careful, because just as you begin to admire the tidiness of this archive, reality slaps you with a brutal chaos. Why does your hardware sometimes behave like a madman? Why, instead of a peaceful movie, do you find yourself free-falling into a bottomless pit, or being chased by deformed entities with no eyes, no mouths, things that offend every law of biology? You feel confused, terrified, even disgusted by your own mind. Is the brain malfunctioning? Has the director gone insane? No, absolutely not. This is exactly when we touch the REM stage, when your eyeballs move constantly and the brain begins a cruel game. In the world of mathematics, the 8-minute discrepancy of Jupiter's moons led to the discovery of light. In the world of the mind, nightmares are the cracks that reveal the true nature of sleep. You listen closely. Those horrific experiences are not system errors. They are a stress test, the most rigorous survival rehearsal that the brain designs for you. It is deliberately pushing you into the worst situations, the most primal fears, to ensure that when you face danger in the real world, your hardware is ready to react. You think you're having a nightmare? No, you are being protected by the very cracks of that perfection. Now, brace yourself. Because the truth I'm about to reveal will shatter every common logic you've believed in since birth. You think dreams are spiritual waste? Meaningless images appearing while the brain rests? Number. The truth is far more insane. Dreams are a simulation, a transcendent virtual environment. It's not a movie for your entertainment. It is the speed of adaptation. Just as the universe bends space and time to keep the speed of light constant, your brain is ready to bend every law of physics in a dream just to protect one thing: your sanity. Look at this extreme contrast. Your consciousness is just a tiny boat on the surface, while the unconscious is a vast, complex ocean filled with hidden storms beneath. Why do you dream of falling, being chased, or facing horrific disasters? Because the brain is bending reality in its laboratory to prepare you for the shocks of the real world. It creates the worst-case scenarios to train the reflexes of your hardware. Listen closely. Dreams are the wall protecting your sanity. Without those chaotic rehearsals at night, without that pressure relief valve from the unconscious, this harsh, real world would crush your mind in a single day. You don't dream to see fantasies. You dream so you can continue to exist in this reality. It's not an optical illusion. It is the ultimate survival mechanism woven from the fragments of memory. Look back at the journey we've just taken. It started with a strange face in a dream, crossed the dusty drawers of the hippocampus, and ended with understanding the grand simulation mechanism protecting your mind every night. This isn't just psychology. This is the most magnificent beauty of existence, the way a tiny creature can build an entire simulated universe to survive. You know what? Truth never promised to bring comfort or ease. Sometimes it stuns you. Sometimes it makes you feel infinitesimal against the vastness of the unconscious. But it brings you enlightenment. We've seen scientists find solutions to complex equations, or artists touch immortal masterpieces, all by listening to the cracks from their dreams. Because you aren't just a sleeper, you are the chief architect of a reality contained within your own skull. You possess a hardware system so sophisticated it can turn mundane memory fragments into a shield for the soul. Next time you open your eyes after a strange dream, don't let it fade away. Don't dismiss it as soulless images. Stop, take a deep breath, and ask yourself, what is my hardware trying to protect me from? The truth is still there, right in the craziest scripts of last night, waiting for you to ask the next, why?